What's good, y'all? This is the Nightly Dose, and today's episode is about freelance friends. We have some special guests in the building today. Let's introduce each other.
So I'm Nadia. I'm from Suffolk, Virginia, 22 years old, just graduated from BSU. I recently just started my own dance business. It's called the Nadia Imani Experience. I host classes right down the street, Grammy Street. And basically I just create opportunities for dancers in the 7-5 that aren't rare, or that are rare. That's it.
Alright, what's up everybody? I'm Gianni, but you can call me Ja or Jay. It don't really matter. 21, from Virginia, moved around a lot. I'm a model mostly. That's my main trade, but I'm a jack of all trades, kind of don't discriminate, kind of everything. I do animation, I do video edits. Yeah, I just do a little bit of everything. So
I'm Jahad Leon, your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. I make a little bit of music. I just recently, for the last year, have been doing audio engineering, and I recently have gotten the opportunity to write songs for Sony artists. Ghost writing, I guess the one person I could tell y'all we just sent the songs to was Jeremiah. So yeah, music, engineering, songwriting, that's kind of my forte. I'm from Tapman, Virginia, 24 years old.
Chris Brown.
Okay. Alright, so the topic of the day, we want to start this show off by saying, what is a good way that us as freelancers, we're all doing it by ourselves, it's coming out of our own pocket. What is a good way to support each other? Like, what's a good way that you as individuals need support?
Honestly, social media. Like, reposting is free. Posting on your page is free. A comment, a share, anything.
A
dealing with
follow.
social media. Yeah, a
it
follow.
only takes like
It
9
helps.
or 10 seconds.
Yeah, we scrolling anyways. Why not share someone's stuff? You know.
And it's so crazy because I've always seen the post about you'll get more support from strangers than you will people who are close friends. And I never, I knew it happened, but recently, I asked one of my homies or whatever, can you follow the page and subscribe? And they basically said no, because they weren't really fond of how the mix operates, so they didn't think they would like the nightly dose and stuff. And they were like, I don't really care to see two other guys talking that I don't know. I was like, it's just crazy to me because one, it's like, oh, you don't even gotta watch it for real. You could like and subscribe, you can ignore it, or you could watch the video and give critique on what you don't like. But it's like people will support and watch the Breakfast Club. You don't know them either, so it's kind of weird. But there's someone who I met July 4th who literally posts the page stuff, posts my browsing stuff. So it's just weird to see it in action, versus someone you've known for 8+ years versus someone you've known for 4 months. So it's different.
Right? And
Right.
And I have to say on that, it's it really makes me happy when I see especially random people I don't know. Let's say I post content on the page and I just scrolling through stories, and then you see your content on their story and you're like, whoa, you took your time out to share my content. So
Not the shade room.
right. Not the shade room, not the neighborhood talk, but you came to my page to share my information. That just makes me happy because damn, somebody is watching, somebody is caring about the content we put out. So
Literally called Austin.
Hey,
it got shared, right? It's shared.
Right. And I'm gonna add on too. I feel like when you step out as a freelance entrepreneur or artist, that's when you really see who supports you. As soon as you step out and take that leap of faith and just showcase what you can do, you'll see who supports you. And it's crazy because I feel like people really don't support until they see you doing something. And then it's and I've heard this quote before, people want to see you do good, but never better than them.
Literally,
that's just what it is. And it's sad, but it's you gotta just keep running and keep working, and they're gonna see you. And it's they'll probably come in your DMs years from now and be like, oh, I knew you from this and that, I knew you, let's link up, you keep that same energy.
Exactly.
That's
I
just
want to
how,
add on what
that's
you
how
said. That's definitely true. We went to the concert yesterday. random dude, don't know him from a can of paint at all. Said he listened to his music on the regular.
Never met the guy.
Never met him at all. Then he hit me and said, yeah, bro, I listen to your shit. I'm sitting here like,
We know
but you listening to I'm on a podcast, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whatever, but just saying, he said, got to do a show and then just listening to his music, that was.
He walked up to us too. That was crazy. We
Yeah,
didn't
walked
see
up
him.
to us. We didn't know him.
Ain't know who they. Yeah.
And that's
it's
the crazy
crazy
part, because I've been making music since I was like 14, I want to say. And my dad was like, oh, it's just a hobby. You need to get a real job, get a real job. And he was at the shipyard, and all of his friends at the shipyard was like, yo, your son is killing it, your son is killing it. And finally, he's finally taking it serious. Like, bro, you my dad, be like,
But it be like that.
They gotta see you actually doing something.
I feel like it's kind of different from a parent
Yeah.
view than from like your friends view, because like they want you to be, you know, like we kind of grew up with parents that want us to go off to college and eventually get a good job to work for the man or whatever, so that they just know that from really making money. But especially being in the Norfolk area, being a millennial, we have so many opportunities, like so many opportunities to get famous. So I think that one's kind of different, because it's gonna hit him different when he actually hears like the proof of the pudding type stuff.
It's just like that.
Because I feel like it's not of a he didn't believe you type situation. It's just like he wants to make sure his son is good.
I get, especially where I'm from.
Yeah.
We only got one. Like, I guess it's different for y'all, where y'all come from. It's in like the 757 area of DC, where we from. It's a bunch of people from. We have one, and he made it 10, 12 years ago. But for me, supporting wise, I had to say, all I need is just retweet. Just retweet. I'm not gonna ask for much. You ain't gotta, even if you're my homeboy, you don't have to ever listen to the song. Just retweet, because you just never know who your retweet might see, and they retweet, and you just
What's that
never
little
know.
fire in this poster from me?
Yeah,
It
it
takes
be trash.
3 seconds. Like
It really
literally.
does. So before we move into our big discussion, I just want to know, like, have y'all ever been out in the street or anything and somebody was like, oh, it's Jay, oh, it's Nadi, oh, it's Jahad, like, oh, I've seen y'all work, I'm so proud of y'all, like, it's stuff like, I'll start off and say personally, it's stuff like that that makes me like so happy to do what I do, like when somebody's like, oh, you're cool, oh, hey, I saw what you're doing, man, keep doing what you're doing, like, I'm proud of you, like, that, like, I'll take that compliment from anything else any day of the week, because it's like, if a random person can identify what I'm doing and know that I put my heart in my craft and then take their time out to stop me and compliment me, then I know I'm doing something right. So I just want to know, like, have y'all had those moments where like a random person, you already said yours, but like, have y'all had a moment like where a random person has stopped you, like, oh, I saw this, keep doing what you're doing, I'm proud of you, or whatever the case may be?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a few of those moments, and it's like, it's just like, it sends this kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, but you know the feeling you get when you get butterflies in your stomach.
Yeah, it's like,
It just makes you just feel so, now I wouldn't even say, it's like better than good. Like,
It's a surreal
like, you know what I'm
moment.
saying? But it's just like, wow, it's just like, I didn't really think that this was really gonna, you know, leave a mark anywhere or anybody was gonna pay attention to it until, you know, I have like probably like 4 or 5 random different strangers coming up to me. Oh, well, I saw that you did so-and-so with so-and-so. I'm just like,
You want something like that?
It was like, I actually was down here. This happened like a few days ago. I'm in MacArthur Mall. I'm looking crazy, y'all. Like, I'm in a rush trying to get stuff. And this lady, she was a security guard. She stopped me. She was like, you're Nadi Imani, right? I was like, yeah. She's like, yeah, I follow you on Instagram. I watch all your dance videos. She's like, just keep doing what you're doing. I'm like, wow. Like, she really like, you said, no, she like a random, like, she didn't like, she, you know, take dance. She just, I'm like, what? And then I was in Tropical Smoothie one day, and I was waiting on my order, and these 3 girls, really, they was in high school. They came up to me while I was waiting for my food, and they was like, yeah, I follow you. They was like, you're Nadi Imani, I follow you on Instagram. They were like, I really want to take your class one day. Like, just telling me, like, how I'm just doing stuff for them and inspiring them, because it's not, I know for the dance community, it's not a lot of opportunities out here. Like, I went to LA last month, and just seeing, like, the access they have to everything is insane. Like, I'm talking to this girl, she said, I just auditioned for Tiger yesterday. Like, it's just, she just saying it like it's casual. Like, auditioned for Tiger. Like,
Which makes sense.
it's crazy. So the gig that I was out there for, I was dancing next to like professional dancers. So I'm dancing next to this girl that was in Beachella. Like, I'm just like, and she was like, Nadia, you have the talent, you're just not in the right, you're not in the right spot. And it's like,
So right there. You
So
need to read.
I was trying to create
opportunities here, so I have the
Thank
right
you.
spot.
I just think the fact.
Location is my business. I'm creating those opportunities here, so that people can have the
So
opportunity
this
to
could be a
get.
state.
Yeah, they can take class. They can get professionally
Oh, that going to
recorded.
LA,
They can build their craft.
It's expensive just to get to
It's
it.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying, bro. Why not
It's-
just start everything?
And if you
here?
don't got the clout to get there, it's kind of just like you just
Yeah,
going there to
nigga,
go
what?
there.
Yes.
connections to cloud, the 2 C's you need. So,
That's it.
but I've had
And
like
who you are as a person.
I've had someone like
Yeah.
DM me and be like, oh my gosh, I look up to you and what you're doing and whatnot, and that type of stuff kind of hits you like, hey, yo, this shit free. Thank you, because it's like, I haven't even hit my peak yet, and people like
Are
look up to me.
noticing.
I was like, just wait
So
till
how
I
do you
hit my
react to that?
climax. I just tell them that I'm thankful for this, but just to let them know, like, I'm not even at my peak yet, so. Like how I feel right now, like you could easily get to this point with kind of hard work and stuff. Like just keep trucking, like, cause I don't even feel like I've done as much. I don't feel like I've really put a big imprint, but it is different when I be like, oh, you're Bad Guy Ken from previous show or the Nightly Dose and stuff. So it's like, I be like, thank you. I mean, I get really excited.
Thank you.
I asked because like it's been times where like when I put out this song "Smile" and it was just a random little
Like
song.
Kirk Franklin?
Chill out. Nah, but it was. I wrote it about a girl who ended up leaving me anyway. But I wrote about this girl just random. She ain't smile that much, whatever. And I was like, you got to relax, B. It was just like, you know. And the way, I guess the way I wrote the hook, when I put it out, it just blew up out of nowhere because people just started reposting it. It just blew up like out of nowhere. I just put it out. And this one girl DM'd me and she was like, yo, I was about to end it all. And she was like a long message on my DMs. I was about to end it all. I'm so thankful you put this song out. And I'm like, little old me. I'm so used to people throwing my CDs in the trash. And it's like, little old me saves your life. Like, that's a lot of pressure. And when people tell me I'm good today because I'm so used to people telling me that it was trash, that I don't know how to adapt to say, like, I'm like, all right, thank you. And I just move on. Like,
I've done that before. Like it's like taking in compliments is kind of different in a sense because like I still want to stay humble and stuff, but I also don't like a lot of attention on me in a sense. So it's kind of weird. I'm like, okay, thanks. But now I try to be more open to it and stuff because sometimes that's what you need to give you an extra push and whatnot. But that song from the Juneteenth when you perform yes, that's such a good song.
But it's like, I feel like it's so hard, like, sometimes to take the compliments because, like, from depending on what you're doing and what you're putting out, like, for a model's perspective, like, sometimes, like, when I get compliments from people, like, I try to always leave it as, okay, thank you, I appreciate it, because, you know, I'm humble about it, but, you know, like, some people consider it, like, I don't know, I can say thank you, appreciate it, and some people's just like,
that was
I guess so,
That's just
like,
And I try not to take it like that because I feel like I have a tendency to give dry responses and stuff. Like if you're not really asking for any like reviews on it or like advice, I don't really see there's much for you to say thank you, I appreciate it and stuff.
But see, I'm the opposite. Like somebody, like I'm an emotional person. So I'm like I'm a crybaby.
Yeah.
So if somebody be like, oh, you know, you're cool, awesome, I love what you're doing, like da da da. I'm like, I send emoji like, oh, I really appreciate what you're doing. Thank you so much. Like, and I just feel like, and that segues into what I was gonna ask you guys because I think Nadia said it about how like you vibe with people, or like how you like connect with people. Like that's a way to like get a fan base, to like get that support. Because y'all don't know, me and Nadia are this close because I met her at a mutual friend's dinner party, and then we met at another mutual friend's party, and then we just became cool, and we just been supporting each other ever since. So it's like if I feel like the vibe is like, if your vibe is like genuine and organic, people are gonna fuck with it. Right. Me and Kendra got close because we were in our friend's Melvin's room looking at movies. Like we're just looking at movies in the dorm, and I just was like, hey Kendra, I'm about to start this talk show. Do you want to do it? Yeah. And she was like, sure. Me and Kaylin, we started off rocky, but when he got to when he got to know
Sometimes you gotta appreciate the journey.
Yeah, hey, look,
he has a lot of growth within him.
Yeah,
I will
like
say.
when I got to know the real Kaylin, he got to know the real Austin. He was like, hey, you cool? So I was like, hey, you want to be in the show? Me and Jordan, that was my first roommate ever.
Sip to that.
He was my first roommate ever, but he's one of my closest friends. Me and Jai, like we just got cool, but it's like a connection, and like it's just like that connection, and this is why I started this show. Like I want genuine
Like-mindedness too.
Yeah.
You can't have the same conversation with everybody. Like people
Right.
who are entrepreneurs aren't going to
Understand.
you can't really have
understand.
the
Like
same
you're not on that
conversation.
level.
Like if you have a special craft, like talking to people who don't have special craft, who
They're not
just
gonna understand
want
it.
to work 9 to 5, but there is nothing wrong with that because
Right.
eventually, as
We
us
need
being
people to do
entrepreneurs,
it.
exactly,
Right.
it's not gonna hit the same. Like when you have a conversation with someone who is like-minded, when I tell you that conversation hits different,
Yeah.
it's like, oh my god, I be thinking about that too. They be like, oh my gosh, me too. It's mind blowing. Just love it.
So I really like. All right, so we gonna talk about like connection. We talked about support. I want to know like what are y'all next steps? Like what is like, let's say 10 years from now, where do you guys see what you're doing now to go? Anybody can start.
Oh yes.
With me, I plan on opening up, I will open up my own dance
That's not something.
performing company here in Virginia, and it's just going to be about opportunities. I want to have these girls or guys signed. They're gonna be booked, all that, and they're just gonna get trained from the ground up. So that's my goal.
Hey.
Well, with me, I mean, I kind of just want, don't get me wrong, I love the model.
That's not your main thing, though.
But honestly, like, I really just want to get my foot in the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of want to just like, I don't know, because it's like I want to do everything. I like animating. I mean, I'm not saying I'm no rapper, okay, but you know, I have had my few moments where I've written like 2 or 3 songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just like to do everything.
You know,
Anything
put yourself in a
you know
box.
what I'm saying? Like, I'm always
Yeah.
open to new things. I like to
Yeah.
do everything. So 10 years from now, honestly, I kind of just want to see myself just having the freedom to do and see that my track record is out there multiple.
Yeah.
Doing multiple things, bringing multiple sources of income. That's how you get
That's
away with
how
it.
it is though.
But I'm the same way, like, and it's hard to pinpoint what I want to start first because I want to do everything. Like,
Right.
I like acting, but I also like being behind the camera and creating. I've modeled before, but I also want to be a creative director with on a shoot. So it's hard.
Whatever your bread and butter is, make it work first.
Okay.
And bring it to the table.
This.
Exactly. Boom.
For me, well, first of all, you know, that's what you want to try. Audio engineer, got you, no charge. For me, well, Things Get Better comes out October 17th, so hopefully the title of the project is actually what happens for things to get better.
It will.
So 3
Speak into
semesters.
existence.
Yes, ma'am.
Say it will.
It
Right.
will, it will. So things will get better. So hopefully after that, 3 semesters till I graduate. So I'm trying to either move gonna be to Atlanta with this guy over here, or it's gonna be to California, and hopefully just keep hustling. Like, I don't know, if the whole rapping thing don't work out, I can always write. That's one thing can't nobody take.
Right, produce. Don't.
But them writers and producers be making that bag.
That's what the money.
No,
that's
go
what I
try
You
to
want to know
make
something
money.
so crazy?
That's
I
why I
just
said
found
generic,
out. Y'all know Young Bird. I just
He's
found out.
Hitmaker,
Hitmaker.
man.
You didn't know that?
I did not know that at all.
Every song
Right.
that says Hitmaker,
I did
it's
not
Young
know it was
Bird.
Young
Him and
Bird.
Tyler have had the best
See, that's
comebacks.
what we sent the song to, was him we sent it to him for Jeremiah, because he's executive at Atlantic. But Atlantic on my Sony. But yeah, that's why I started engineering, because it's like, it's very little. If y'all knew what we was getting paid for rapping.
Cause you gotta understand something, bro. The song ain't the song without the engineer or
Okay.
the producer. For real, for real. You can just come up with raps all day, but if you don't got no beat or no platform, who trying to put on
That's
that?
the one that really, designs it. Like you're the cake, but they're the designer of the
Right.
cake. They put the
Exactly.
icing, they put the little
You the
fancy
actual
stuff.
substance.
So in all, I guess in a year or so, 2 years from now, I just want to make sure everybody around me can eat all of my dreams, so I can help create dreams.
Right.
Facts.
That's it.
And I feel like that selfless energy that all of us share at this table will get us so far.
Y'all wanna be? Y'all was saying y'all wanna be?
Oh, I mean, Kayla, you go ahead.
Alright, so check it out. It's multiple, just like how you said, I want to do multiple things. I wanted to put all mine into this talk show as well, but I want to be a photographer and start my own little photography studio and videographer, and then go from there. Like you said, you want to produce music, I want to do a little bit of that too. And I was just with him the other night. Well, we was talking about doing DJing tables, whatever. So I'm trying to get into that too. So
DJing?
Yeah.
You gonna be our DJ?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I was saying, yeah, the 4, that's what you know.
Right, and behind all of that too, it's really how you market yourself first, and then go into marketing your
I was
own.
going to say, yeah, so one thing we got to do, we got to start changing our language, because I hate when people call me an aspiring rapper. I have been doing this since I was 16. I'm not an aspiring rapper, I am a rapper. You are a model. If you already do it, I don't need nobody to give me a contract to say, oh, I'm a rapper now. Same way you are. You have been dancing your whole life. Nobody has to tell you that you are a dancer. Nobody has to tell you. Y'all have your own show. Y'all have been doing it. Y'all are not inspiring people. You are doing it. Like, I think that's when people are like, oh, you're a rapper, or you're trying to be a rapper. No, I'm rapping my whole life.
Y'all just
trying to be rapping.
Because you're not.
And I think that's something as creators, we gotta start changing our language. Just because we don't have $1 million behind us, or we don't have a company, that don't mean I'm any less. It just don't mean I ain't got no sponsorship yet.
Speak into existence. So what you want? What you want?
So I do want to start. I actually want to start my own media building. I want to build like my big brother. Like he started this in Virginia, so wherever I move to, I want to start the next building because I feel like it's so many people of color that want to be in media, but we're already stigmatized in media as the loud, the ratchet, the gangsters, the deadbeats, and we just have normal people like me. Like I'm not the football player. I'm not all of these things that I'm categorized as. I'm just like a regular dude. I'm from Virginia, and I want to be that voice for like that dude that's just like, cause I wasn't outside playing as a kid. I was in the house like drawing. I was in the house doing creative shit. Like my dad was in a group, so like I'm musically inclined. So I want to be that voice for the kids that have that creative drive. So that's just me. Like I want to go into these cities and give performing arts studios I want to give these studios to different people. So that's what I want to do.
So what do I see myself doing? First off, in the next 3 years, I want to start my nonprofit for the homeless. I want to start up my nail app, and hopefully my birthday's in March, which is the month of Women's Month, and my birthday falls on International Women's Day. So I eventually want to start a thing where I do kind of like a panel discussion with a bunch of women, have a tea party themed and stuff, and have a bunch of women vendors and the men as our servants, like teacup style and stuff.
Be your servant.
Thank you. Volunteers. So I eventually want to do that just to highlight women and how we are able to come together for things, and I want to eventually have multiple sources of income and hopefully get to acting. So it's just a lot of stuff. I just don't want to be working for nobody in the next 5 years. I'm not going to be working for nobody in the next 5 years. So that's that on that. So now that we're talking about opportunities, question time.
All right, so to be open and honest, this is what the Nightly Dose is about. I want to know, what do you guys think that something in the water, like when he brought that concept, do you think it has been a big motivational way for freelance entrepreneurs in the 757? Honestly, I do. I feel like since that, I've seen so many people take that brave step to be like, I want to do this, I want to do that, just because the feeling of having that whole festival in your own backyard. Like you don't have to go to DC, to North Carolina, to Philadelphia to experience something. It was in your own backyard, and for having somebody who is a native from our area to, broadcast this big platform, do you guys feel like it was a big step for entrepreneurs?
I feel like that's kind of like an awakening in a sense, because without people don't be realizing like the 757 has so much talent. Like I was raised mostly in Northern Virginia. Like Northern Virginia has money. This is where the hustle is though. If you can put the Northern Virginia money down here, people will succeed so much better. Like people in Northern Virginia do not hustle like this. Like you're not gonna find multiple nail techs, multiple hair technicians, lash technicians, people who do photography, modeling. You don't find you find mostly artists, maybe media content, but you don't find majority of the stuff that you see down here. Zero. So I say it's an awakening because it kind of brought more light that the talent is in Norfolk in the 757. Not to discredit anyone from Northern Virginia because there's talent up there, but nobody hustles like that. And I don't feel like if I was down here for as long as I would have the entrepreneur mindset at all. Like, I promote parties, I'm a brand ambassador, I'm part of different media outlets, I've been presented with different opportunities, like my promotion group during Something in the Water, we had a party with King Combs and Justin Combs, we've had Light Skin Keisha, we have AI pull-ups to our events, Young Money Young Crazy, so that type of stuff's being surrounded by that, the hustle is definitely different. So that's why I feel like it's an awakening.
Norfolk is definitely the LA of Virginia.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like the support has changed more than anything.
Definitely.
Because, you know what I'm saying? When something
Yeah.
dropped, it's just everybody was all right, boom, I'm gonna help you out. This is nothing. They really can see what Virginia can do if we really push each other's backs and keep it pushing. So I think the support is definitely different. The hustle's already been there, been amplified even more, but the support has definitely rose to a point.
The support is everything.
More united.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
Oh, you go ahead.
And I was just gonna piggyback off of what he said. Like, it's so crazy that we're a media outlet, but we get so much love from different media outlets. Like, I'm a shout out my homeboy Huey from The Perfect Play, and I'm a shout out the Bare Minimum. I'm a shout out Thinking Out Loud from the 804. They show us so much love, but for us to be doing the same thing, and they're like the first person to comment on our post, the first person to like it, and it's just like to see that love from a platform that's doing the same thing that we're doing. It's just like it shows that Virginia, we have it in ourselves not to be selfish but to be selfless, and it's power in numbers. It's just power in numbers, and if we all come together, Virginia will be that point in the East, like how New York is. We will be that, oh, I'm moving to Virginia because I want to start my career.
Right. And I think once people realize that it's plenty of room at the top, like it's okay to have more than one person doing the same thing because you're all doing it different. You know what I mean? It's like it's like making a cake but different recipes.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I
Like
mean?
Nadia's cake not gonna be
It's not gonna be like yours. So it's like, so it's just like, just support one another. It's okay if it's like with me personally, somebody else doing another dance class, I'm gonna post her flyer.
Because she's not doing it like you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like once people realize that, and people are realizing that now, especially after that event, we all can win, we all can eat, like it's plenty of room.
And
I think that comes with like self-confidence, because me personally, and I'm gonna say this in the most humbling way ever, nobody's my competition. And I say that because can't nobody stop me from doing what I'm gonna do the best, except for me. Just because they're higher up, they know more information, they can't stop me from being a better me. Only I, some people have to look yourself in the mirror and be like, only I can stop me. So yeah, I don't see nobody else as my competition. And then at the end of it, that's why I'm always help people.
And it's like once you realize what's for you is for you, nobody can take that from you, that's when you be set.
Y'all preaching.
Like, I realize that if it's for me, it's gonna be for me. Nobody can come in and take it away if it's for me. You know what I mean?
Like, and I'm applaud you for what you did, because I do look at your stories like constantly, and I look at what you're doing. One of my other friends that is a dancer, her name is Amber, she went to one of your classes, and it was like seeing two dancers come together, because it's like people think, oh, she a dancer, so they trying to be on the same type of time, so they're not gonna help each other out. But she went to your class, and I applaud that. And even you, like, you deal with different rappers. I know you had shoots with different models, so it's like it's not a competition.
It's never that.
And you know,
it's
like,
not, and that's the worst part.
And people be thinking that it is
because
like,
it's just I feel like the way that the world has made it seem that everybody has to put off this persona, like, okay, well, yeah, we could be cool, but I'm still the Beyonce of the group. No,
why can't we're all Beyonce?
Why can't we all be Beyonce? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and my field is a little different because my field is built off of
that competitive.
It's not that I don't want you to make it. I want everybody to make it. If that's your dream, you rap.
Right.
But I gotta let you know, in my field it's like,
my bars is low. I'm gonna flip that hair a little harder.
dancing,
gotta get booked.
if they want a look, it don't matter if she.
But y'all don't express it. In my opinion, we gotta say,
Yes, they do.
No, they express
The way
but
they
I'm very
move is
supportive.
You
But
can
with
feel
dancers,
the
like,
shade and move.
Yes,
Right.
it's 100 girls
Really?
auditioning for 3 spots.
watch this
It's a
in a second.
competition.
Yeah,
But
no,
at the
please
end of the
do.
At the end of the day,
Like I
we
said,
all
if
just
it's for
doing.
you-
And it's the industries that make people
that make it like that.
And then
it's very
like we're
competitive.
saying about Beyonce, it's just like like a lot of people like to put Beyonce. and
Beyonce
Rihanna
was in
together.
Destiny's Child.
They not the same
Beyonce and who?
They're Beyonce and Rihanna, so they like to put these
They
two
love to get
women
that.
together, but it's like they're
They're
in
in
different
different lanes.
Rihanna's
and they probably like each
fashion-
other.
Right? They probably look. They probably be texting like,
But
"What
I'm
I'm gonna let this beat keep going on, let him fuck with you, you know what I'm
Look,
saying?
Rihanna had Beyonce's song playing at her fashion show.
Exactly. So it's like.
It don't have to
We
be that.
understand, like, it's that friendly competition.
It
like, we
is.
all understand friendly competition.
Like at the end of the day, we all know we always trying to get our coin.
Of
Right.
But
We
I
can push each
support
other.
you. I
Exactly.
support you. No matter at the end of the day, you know, it is. It's just business. But
Right.
you
It's
know,
just
we all
business.
just trying to be a better
You don't want
business.
to never
Exactly, because
And
throwing
yes,
shade ain't gonna
that-
let you shine brighter. It's just not. So,
Piggyback off what he said, burning bridges. You know, because it's like you never
No.
know that person.
When you
You
gonna
just
need-
they might be hiring you for that job.
Right.
They might
Now
be-
you'll probably know somebody in LA that he don't even know.
That's
Right.
it depends.
Exactly.
And they may need a song.
Oh,
from
Oh,
what
I
they
gotta.
call-
Oh, you going to LA to do a performance? Oh, I got 3 girls in LA. I know that
Well,
could
fashion
be
show.
bomb ass background dancers.
Exactly.
Like,
See, that was
it's
my
stuff
problem.
like that.
That was-
All right, you guys. So to wrap this great conversation up, I have one last question. What is some advice you would give your younger self? Like, if you look in the mirror and you see little Naughty, little Jai, little Jahai, what is some gems you guys would drop to them?
I mean, if I was to look back at my younger self, honestly, I just tell him, just whatever you're doing, just like do it with the utmost confidence that you have. Because I feel like I lost a lot of opportunities with just not being sure of myself for doing certain stuff.
Okay, so I would tell my younger self to stop being fearful and to get out of my own head, because I feel like I did miss out on a lot of opportunities being in my own head, thinking I couldn't do it, when in reality it just takes you taking that leap of faith and just doing it.
Right.
If I could tell 16-year-old O'Shea in the closet with a stand-up mic and a small laptop, anything, when he's sitting there rapping, I would open the door and I would just look him dead in the face and just say, yo, things get better.
Guys.
That was deep.
I love that. I
Me too.
love that.
Things get better. Hey, well, I appreciate all our guest hosts here. You already know. All of you guys follow them on their social media.
Yeah.
They're amazing people. They have amazing crafts. Make sure you support Black businesses.
Like
And this-
excellent.
Hey, Black Excellence, you already know this is the nightly dose. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next Thursday.
Tell both your baby mamas to follow us and subscribe.
Yeah.